this is something else because I texted you. I wanted to talk about this,
Mm.
and so I wanted to kind of because this was another thing that I heard you bring up recently, and it's one that particularly frustrates me. And whenever something particularly frustrates me, I'm always like, okay, what? Yeah, and then I got to figure out why exactly. I remember one time back in the day, Glenn Greenwald. This was when he broke the Snowden story, and he went on Lawrence O'Donnell's show, and Lawrence O'Donnell said to him, he was like, Glenn, I've read all your reporting, and honestly, like, I just don't care. Like, I got nothing to hide. Like, I don't care if the government wants to look through my phone. I got nothing to hide. I remember Glenn was talking about it, and he was like, there was something about it that just made me so angry, and I kind of couldn't figure out what it was. And then it dawned on me that it was like, well, yeah, obviously you have nothing to fear,
Yeah,
Lawrence O'Donnell. It's only the journalists who do real journalism who have anything to worry about, you know? And there's this dynamic that I see building up on the right, and I will. And again, these are not people who I have anything personally against, but like Matt Walsh, Tim Pool. Tim's been very good to me. I consider him a friend. But they've all kind of taken this line of like, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care what's going on with Israel. Like, why are you guys so obsessed? Why are you so? And there's something so particularly enraging about it. And I think part of it is because I really genuinely believe, like, guys like me and you are like, we'd love to not talk about this.
Right.
That's kind of our whole argument.
Yes.
Our whole argument is that this shouldn't be a thing we even have to talk about. But saying, why are you obsessed with it? It's like in 2006, I'm sitting here and I go, look, I'm a non-interventionist, but why is everyone talking about Iraq? Like, why do you have to? Well, because that's where we're intervening. So, like, how can you sit here and be like, I'm a non-interventionist? Like, you're taking the correct policy position from my perspective, so I at least give you credit for that. But the thing is, we are intervening. We are currently being interventionists. And also, like, if your whole thing is like, I want to focus on America, I don't want to go fight other wars. Well, who's pulling us into wars?
Right.
It ain't Lebanon, you know what I mean? Like, so like it just seems like cowardice to me. Like, how do you and it does seem like that message is resonating with like some people, as I just think it's profoundly unfair. Like the whole point of all of this is that it is an American destruction of Gaza. This isn't Israel doing it. Netanyahu goes around and brags about what Israel can do. Israel can't do shit. Israel can only do things because they have the full backing of the United States of America. So, like, sorry, if you're in the world of talking about these things, you don't get to pass on this one. Like, you got to have an opinion.
Yeah, I saw that too, and it's become very popular over the past year and a half. I see a lot of the young men, they watch Matt Walsh, they watch this other stuff, and they say, well, yeah, I just don't really care about Israel that much. I care about America. And I saw Matt Walsh say that on Tucker. He said, and you could tell that it is like a rhetorical innovation, because let's be honest, this is an issue that people like Matt Walsh don't want to talk about because he works for Ben Shapiro and he knows, like Candace Owens, if you drift too far on that subject, you lose your job. And he likes having a job. So you get it. Now, this is an extremely contentious issue also, and it's very topical. It's in the news, and he knows the question's coming. Are you pro-Israel? Are you anti-Israel? There's people who feel very strongly about it. And you could tell this is like a rhetorical device. It's a cop-out where you can say, I'm not pro-Israel, but I'm not anti-Israel. I just don't care. And that really pissed me off because it seems like you're feigning ignorance. You're either lying or you're really ignorant. And the reason why is because, be that as it may, that you don't care about Israel, we happen to be supporting their war, and it's actually hurting us. And there's other things too. Obviously, it's a big subject. There's a lot of this stuff going on. And so people say, well, let them kill each other. If you've been paying attention, one side's doing a lot more killing. Yeah. We're paying for it. We are, on the hook for all of it. And, so when they say, well, all that stuff, we don't care about it, whatever, be that as it may, it is going on. And until it stops or changes, we can't stop talking about it. It's like you said, we don't want to be obsessed with it, but if you talk about it, you get canceled. We have to talk about getting canceled. We have to talk about the thing in itself. And when that changes, similar on the same vein, people like Matt Walsh say, well, we should just end all foreign aid. It's like, okay, but they get like all of it. And it's not ending anytime soon. So you could sit there with your arms folded and say, well, I think we should end the foreign aid, but like it's not really a big issue. Well, then you're in favor of the status quo. And that's kind of the whole point, is like, even if you're recusing yourself or you're complacent, if you're doing anything other than actively opposing, you're passively supporting the ongoing status
Right.
quo, and that needs to be said.
Right, and it just seems like, as you said, there's a price tag to be paid for opposing Israel, and you don't wish to pay that price.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I understand that, but your entire worldview, even down to the non-interventionist, clearly says you have to oppose this, but you don't want to pay the price, and so you'll just go like, oh, you guys are obsessed. You guys are obsessed with this issue. It's like, well, it's a pretty relevant issue.